Good morning, ladies. It is Tuesday, 10 o'clock. It is time for my inspiration, and I'm drinking out of my pineapple. Do you know why? Anybody know why I'm drinking out of my pineapple? And I got this nice flowery lei on? It is because I have a birthday party coming up, and in April, you are invited. I will post the information below if you like. It is, we're going to have celebrate my birthday. And we are going to be making cards, of course. What else would we do? And you are going to get a fabulous box filled with goodies. Can't tell you what it is. It's a big surprise. So let me know if you're coming. If you'd like some more information, drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. My name is Tina Kvergich, and I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And now, because of the world of online, it doesn't matter where you are in Canada, you can join me. Join for a class, join my group, join my club, whatever, just join on in. Anyways, I was talking about my birthday party coming up. Woohoo, woohoo. We are going to be making some cards using this fabulous Timeless Tropicals. I had visited Hawaii. I loved Hawaii so much. So we are going to be making cards using this great stamp set. Oh, fabulous. And if you want the die set to come with it, let me know. So in your package, you will get this fantastic stamp set and a couple of extra goodies because I just love giving away stuff. Anyways, like I said, my name is Tina Kvergich. Thank you for joining me. And if you have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that's fantastic. If you do not and you are looking for one, I'm your girl if you need it. So we have, we're going to be making cards today from the January to June mini catalog. Yes, we are. Oh, good morning, Jennifer. Thank you for joining me. You like my watering cup. Thank you. It's a great, great watering cup. I'm going to drink 2 pineapples today. So from the mini catalog, we are going to be creating with the Delicate Petals. This is a fantastic stamp set. And we are going to be using the dies. I will show you the dies when I put the camera on the mount. Good morning, Gail. All the way from Saskatchewan. I think you're on my list, on my map. Let me just double check. I have to check that. Anyways, the Delicate Petals, fantastic stamp set. These flowers are super fabulous to create with. I'm going to be making a card with these today. I really like this. This is really cool. I've been working on that, on how to do different things. If you saw yesterday's post, you will see I created a card using just the dies from the stamp from the bundle, and I decided to kind of go opposite. You know, normally we make cards that are white and then put the colored flowers on. I decided to do the opposite because these dies are absolutely phenomenal. These are fantastic. I don't know if you can see the detail. Whoop. They're little stitched on the inside. Oh, here it comes in. Fantastic. These are just absolutely gorgeous. So each one of these petals is separate, and you can build up a flower on that. So there's a flower die right here. There's another flower die kind of hidden underneath. Yeah, there it is right there. And then you get the large kind of die petals or leaves with the stitched inside, and then a smaller one like that. I'm going to show you that as I put it on the mount, but I was so awestruck with these dies. Yeah, I can't say enough. Plus the stamp set, fantastic. Just love it. And beautiful, beautiful. You're going to love what we got today. So like I said, if you don't have the mini catalog or the annual catalog, drop me a message below and I'll be happy to send it out. Okay. And don't forget to sign up for my upcoming events. Check them out. You don't want to miss my birthday party. Woo-hoo. Remember, we're going to have some parties going on. Anyways, I'm going to put this up on the camera mount and let's get started creating with the Delicate Petals. Okay. You are going to love what I have today. And I can't remember who had mentioned it. They wanted something special done with stamp sets, and I've incorporated that for today for them. And 1 second, let's move this along. Okay. As I mentioned, my name is Tina Kavrigich. There we go. There's my name. Northern Stamper. I am just located east of Toronto in Ontario. And like I said, it doesn't matter where you are located in Canada. You can join in a class, in an event, join my team. Just check me out at northernstamper.stampinup.net or drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com. So anyways, let's get started with this fabulous set. Oh, I was going to show you the dies. How exciting. Anyways, I put them in a little baggie so I can, keep them with my stamp set. I usually take them out and then put it in. So to create, look at those tiny little dots. That creates the little stitching in here in the flowers. So you get that. So there's one extra. You get about 4 or 5 of these large ones. So when you run them through the die cut machine, you can run them through all at once. So just kind of, this is like a little jigsaw puzzle. So you put them in like that together. And this outer one will cut the leaf. And the inner one will make the little stitching mark and the little holes. This is to cut out the flower here. Okay, so that fits right on. All right. There's a couple of leaves, more petals so that you don't waste your time. So you just kind of put them in there like that. There's another one over here. And these are the smaller ones. And they also go in. Oops, I need longer nails, I think. In the dies. So you would just lay them in and then place them through the die cutting machine. Okay. So like I said, there's a whole bunch of little pieces, and there's a round piece to go on that center flower part. Okay. So these are these are all the dies. Really, I highly recommend, if you love flowers, these are a fantastic set to get because you can build your own flowers and they look fantastic. So like I said, I keep them in a little baggie and then I place them inside with my stamp. So there we go. This way I know I don't have to hunt all over. So I keep them all together like that. Anyways, as I mentioned, let us continue. So we are going to be using this stamp set. Let's start out with the easy card for today. And I am going to be using Blackberry Bliss because I just love this color. This turns out fantastic. Blackberry Bliss. And what we need, let's get our goodies. We need a white card base. Okay, so there we go. We need, make sure I have all the pieces here. Yep. We need a piece of 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm just going to cut that down. So I'm going to cut that down to 4. Now, if you want a wider border, just take down another 1/8. So there we go. Just going to take that off. So what's going to happen is it's going to, we're going to place it on the white card base. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to use my Seal Plus because if you follow me, you know I like to use Seal Plus because I don't use a lot of the adhesive and it sticks really, really well. And I highly recommend the Seal Plus. Now I'm using basic white thick cardstock for the card base. So that's why I had to kind of fold it a little bit more. I like the thick card base because it really gives some stability to the card. And then the regular basic white I will use for anything that I stamp. So I placed the Blackberry Bliss cardstock on the white. Now the other piece that I have, the basic white, is much smaller. And you can see I've got a nice thick wide border around here. So I just cut it down from that. So let's open up the Blackberry Bliss. I love this color. If you've never had it, it is fantastic. And I'm just going to use 2 stamps out of here. I'm going to use, oh, there, look, there's my dies. I am going to use this sentiment. It's a large sentiment, and normally it's for the inside of the card, but I am going to use it on the outside. And I'm going to place it on my adhesive block. Now, this is block number D. So check it out. I guess if I could use a smaller one. That's a D2. So, and they're all marked on the side. So if I use the C, it will fit. Actually, maybe let's try that. Sometimes you don't want it too tight. I think I just don't feel right about that. And just going to put it on the D block. And I'm going to ink it up, pat and turn. Okay. And remember when you, see, I got some ink on the block here. I don't know if you can see, but if I go straight up and down, it won't matter. It's when you stamp and then rock, that's when you're going to get some smudging. So you don't want to do that. So bear with me. I'm just going to take a look. Press it down. Oh, doesn't that look fantastic? Oh, I love that color. Love that color. Oh, love that color. Okay, so we got the sentiment. I like that in the top corner. It looks really nice, I think, all that wording. And let's use the flowers here. I think you can tell I've used my flowers a lot. They're staining, and that's okay. If it stains on there, that's fine. It does not impact stamping at all. You just clean it with water, and it's good to go. I'm going to pat and turn and just make sure I got ink. I can see the ink all the way around. And I am going to actually turn this upside down and fit it on here. And let's see. Voila! Oh, doesn't that look great? Oh, fantastic. Okay. That's all I'm going to do for this card. This is a very, very simple card. It is just ink and paper, and that's it. And you know what? You can make cards with just ink and paper, and that is it. If you really want to, oh, I guess I got a little piece of ribbon hanging around. Always keep all your little scraps of everything. Let's see, can I stick that on the back? Do I really want to stick that on the back? I don't know. Let's give it a try and see how it looks. If I don't like it, I can always take it off, right? And there we go. Ink. Oh, that's crooked. Ink and paper. That's all it is. You want to jazz it up a little bit, add some Winkostella. Now remember, with the Winkostella, don't paint too much. Like, you don't want to color over some of the ink edges, because it does unfortunately smudge it. So you want to kind of touch and just do a little bit here and there. Add a little bit. Oh, you can see. So I want to try and keep it nice, clear white. So I'm just going to add a little bit in the white areas. I don't want to add it on the ink itself because it will smudge. So that is just a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but that's it. Pretty simple. What a simple card with a fantastic stamp set, right? Doesn't that look great? The color really stands out. So you can do this with any color in the Stampin' Up! Family. They're going to look fantastic. Make a whole bunch of these. Super, super simple. There we go. Okay, what do you think? I love that. Whew. One of my favorite. Okay, so let's make the next card, and it has a few more steps. And I wanted to do this for somebody that had requested it. And let's get going. Oop. Hold on. Get my goodies here. I got them all pre-cut here. Of course, always my card base, basic white, thick cardstock. I'm going to put that off to the side. I am going to start with a piece of white. Now, it is larger than it normally should be. It's because I'm going to cut that down. And what I'm going to do is, this is just basic photocopy paper, your basic paper that you have. And I cut this to 1 inch. The reason I used photocopy paper or just regular paper is I found that it is nice and thin, so that when I stamp, there is not a ridge at the edge where the two meet. So I'm going to lay that across, You can have it straight if you like, but I like to do things on an angle, a little different. So what I'm going to do, all I'm going to do is add some tape. So I got the strip. Notice the strip is longer than my piece. I'm going to add a tape to the very ends of the photocopy paper. Okay. Now this is still going to move around. I don't want it to move around. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tape, just a smidgen, just in the corner to keep it secure. So now it's not moving. Can you see that? It's not moving. So, and I got my paper here. Now this is the fun part. Okay, hold on. I have a whole bunch of ink pads that I'm going to be using. Okay. And I am going to start with the darkest color. So I've got Rococo Rose, Magenta Madness, Blushing Bride, Melon Mambo. So I am going to start with the darkest color. And I'm going to start with Melon Mambo. I don't know if I'm going to use Magenta Madness because it's a little brighter than I would prefer. So, but let's go with Melon Mambo. Sounds like a dance step. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up. Okay, ink it up. And I am going to start off, it doesn't matter where I go. So I'm going to kind of cross over this white piece of paper. And I'm going to stamp once. Oh, look at that. See, if this was a little thicker paper, it would have left a little bit of a ridge. It may not work, may work for other people, but I found for myself, it didn't work usually for me. So I'm just going to do a couple across. So there we go. Just doing a few. Okay, so now I got the 3 of them. Maybe I'll just add one more. Just kind of falling off the page a little bit. Just on this side. Okay. So I left some white spaces, and it's very important to leave those white spaces so that you can use the other items that are in the stamp set. So now I'm going to use that funky little fan part. Okay. I'm going to put that on the block, and I'm going to use a different color. So I've gone with the darkest color, Melon Mambo. I'm going to go off with a lighter color. And let's go with the rose, Rococo Rose. And I'm going to place that, first check it. And I always try to check it. So I ink it up, and I'm going to go into some of those other white spaces. And kind of fill it in. Okay. See, that kind of fell off the paper, but that's okay because it's not part of my card part. Okay, I got a little bit in there. So that's with the little fan piece. Going to close up that color, and I'm going to move on to the lightest color. And I'm going to use Blushing Bride. Okay, so I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to get my little block, and I'm going to grab the leaves. I'm going to grab a couple of leaves. All right. Grab a leaf. And I'm going to ink it up with Blushing Bride. Now, Blushing Bride is going to be much lighter, so I can kind of go over some of the other inks. And it kind of will match in. It will kind of fall in and be hidden a little bit. So I'm going to add some of that. Okay. Going to keep going. Let's see, do I have any more spots I can place it in? Right there. And maybe right there. Okay. Now, I'm not done yet. I'm going to go back. So I'm closing this up. I'm done with the Blushing Bride. Okay. I'm going to take a look. take this off. Because the next one I'm going to use, I'm going back to my Melon Mambo. And there's these kind of funky little sprays in here. And I'm going to be using, why do I keep opening that? Going to be using those little sprays. Grab them out, put them on the tiny block. And now I'm going to use the dark color and put the sprays on top of some of those leaves in some of the spots. Okay. Can I hide it over here? Can I do that? There we go. Or can I get that in here? So I'm just kind of going on top. Where else can I place one? Hide one in here. Okay. And one more for good luck. I'm kind of trying to tuck it in between the petals. All right. So I got them laid out. Now it looks kind of busy. Okay. But now I'm going to remove that piece of photocopy paper. Voila. Okay, doesn't that look fantastic? That looks cool. Anyways, I've got a little bit. Now I've got a choice. I can either place in, oh, that's not quite wide enough. I could cut and place in a piece of Melon Mambo. So if I did that, oh, I got a longer one. So that was 1 inch. So I'm going to cut this at 1 inch. Right. And I have a piece of white, which is just less. I'm just going to cut it a little less than 1 inch. So it gives it a frame. So I got the 2 pieces. No, so let's put those aside. Now I got a choice. I can put that inside like that and put my sentiment in here. Right? Maybe that's a little bit wide. Let me just take this down just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. Okay. And actually I want a longer piece of white than that one. Do I have one around here? Let me see. Dig, dig, dig. Okay, I will use this piece. All right. Okay. Because I want it to go all the way across. So, oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. Fantastic. So I wanted a little bit of white peeking out. Okay, I'm going to put that across. There we go. I got a bit of white frame on the top and bottom. Oh, don't forget to take off your tape. Carefully take it off because you don't want to rip your paper. So there we go. And now I'm going to stamp in Melon Mambo a sentiment in here. And they've got this gorgeous sentiment that is nice and long. And we're going to put that on our long block, which is number H. And Melon Mambo in color. Okay. Ink it up. Let's try that. Make sure it's, there we go. And I'm going to do my best to put that right in the middle. Okay, what do you think so far? Melon Mambo. Isn't that a gorgeous color? Almost as nice as Blackberry Bliss, I think. All right, so let's see. Is it, gotta cut that down. Because I had to cut a smidgen down. Let's cut this down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to cut a little bit off the top because I want it to look like it is even. Top and bottom. There we go. Good enough. Okay. Let's put that on. Oh, look at that. What do you think? Let's put some tape on. Oh, it's a little much on the tape side, but that's okay. There you go. Lay that down. Whoop. Now, it hangs over, and I'm going to cut the overhang off. All right. Trust me, it's much easier with snips if you have, but I have my snips over by my map, so anybody that gets Happy Mail for me, I go over to my map happily and put a little pin in the map so I know where everybody is. I love to see where everybody's from. And I'm just going to place it on that. Now this piece is a little bright than what I would normally choose. Let's see if we did it on. Oh, look at that. That's on Blushing Bright. Doesn't that look fantastic? Let's just put that on. Little bit of glue. So, there we go. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look fantastic? Gorgeous. It's a gorgeous stamp set. Really, it is. You definitely have to consider it. Which one of these do you like? I like that. But the petals are beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh, hello, Donna. Thank you for joining us. So, Delicate Petals. Definitely worth looking at the bundle. Always buy the bundle because you save yourself 10%. If you want to save even more money, consider joining my team. It doesn't matter where you are. We all get together. We have a team meeting this week. So if you'd like to join us, let me know and I will invite you to our team meeting. So which one of these do you prefer? Do you like the Blushing Bride or the Blackberry Bliss? So consider the Delicate Petals and the dies that go with it. Oh, all those dies that go with it. They are fantastic. They are absolutely beautiful. The stitching in them is fantastic. I think you'll be very happy. Don't forget to watch later this week as I create more items using this stamp set and dies. You're going to love them. Anyways, let me know what you think, and I hope to see you at my woohoo birthday party. Talk to you later.